Okay, so I think if we can practice with one of those alignment sticks there, stick like you can get them. You can buy them online for about sort of £6-7 and go to Home Base or P&Q and get like a bit of doweling or something. I guess, yeah, exactly. Bamboo, something with a little bit of flex. Don't try and get it too stiff and too rigid, otherwise then it'll be sort of your hands then will get so far forward to get the stick sticking out. I think you'll be sort of quite awkward in that position. You'll be de-locking the club. You kind of still want your arm sort of where you got the club kind of hanging down here, but the stick you can see sort of going at a little bit of an angle there. So allow for a little bit of flex. Just gives you a little bit of ease there to swing the club. Now, we go back here on this way back, not too bad, okay? A little bit scoopy as we can see post impact, and you can see here now your left hand kind of stops, left elbow stops, and the momentum of the club just carried on. Now, as a resulting shot, it wasn't too bad, but potentially that's where your club's bottomed out, you can see. If that's on the grass, that's hitting the ground heavy. Again, on the mat, the club's going to bounce, and the summer, the club's going to bounce. We're going to get away with it. But in the winter, it's a little bit wet and soggy in the ground. Obviously, there's moisture there. You're going to just stick in the ground, okay? So if we look at this one here now as you go back, okay, same go back. So as you come into impact now, you can see your hands are leading the club, and as we swing through, that left hand now is kind of moving away from the body.
There's no movement in the shoulders or the head.
Well, the shoulders, the head doesn't mind staying still. I mean, it can come through a little bit. It's a little bit delayed, but that's not a problem. To be fair, I like it sort of staying fairly sort of. I don't want it moving too much up and down. In an ideal world, we could
kind my shoulder in the past.
Yeah, exactly. Recently. We could get the head to move a little bit. I wouldn't worry about it. To be fair, and it's what I think. And that's the thing. Sometimes I think sometimes when technology this day and age is brilliant, to be fair, if it's used in the right way. People who film their own swings, and I get a lot of people who do this, they say, I filmed a swing, Gareth, and this was wrong, that was wrong. I said, okay, right, you just give me 7 different things. Are you going to think about trying to change all 7 things in 2 seconds? You can't do it, can you? Okay, so keeping the body working. Exactly. So keeping the body working, but you can see when you finish this swing now, when the arms are kind of in this position here, how much difference that club is, where that right hand sort of flipped underneath it. That's kind of more in line. And when you finish the swing, it will obviously finish and release through. Your chest is sort of turned through there, as we can say. I think in terms of helping the club to bottom out, like I said, the golf swing, basically on a circle, okay? So that's kind of the centre of the circle. We need to get our centre. You can see now your head, your chest, this side of that green line, which you have got in this case, okay? So as you're hitting the golf ball, your club's going to bottom out a little bit left as you look down or after the ball. And that's going to encourage more the ball than the ground strike, rather than the ground a bit early.
Those divots for the backspin or whatever you might get.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even on these sort of slightly thin shots, you'll still get backspin. It's just how much backspin you get, and obviously trajectory as well is going to affect the backspin on landing. Okay, so if a golf ball comes a bit thin and goes low, it might have quite a bit of backspin. When it lands on the ground, it's all taken away and lost. The ball's coming a lot higher with backspin. Now it's got a chance of just spinning back, or at least landing a lot softer and not rolling so far. But if we can get that sensation again, in terms of how far you want to go, if you go there's your 10 yard, 20 yards, 30, 40. So depending on how far you go back in the backswing, that is the determining factor as to how far the ball's going to go. Don't just think, I'm going to whack it harder or be a bit softer on this shot. You think, okay, right, it's a 30-yard shot, I'm swinging to there. 50-yard shot, I'm swinging to... So you're always setting the distance based on the length of swing. And also, you could change clubs. We'll have a couple with a sand iron as well.
I used to do sand wedge and really open up the face and open the stance and come through it.
I mean, it's a very useful shot if you can play it. And I would say if you can play that shot all the time and you practice it, then have that one sort of in your arsenal to play at any time when it's required. The one thing I would say is it's very rarely required. In the winter now, we don't need it.
No,
because the ground's so soft, the ball's not needs to be going up in the air so quickly.
Only ever used to try and get over a bunker with a short
that's the usual sort of thing. The one thing to look at, I always say to people, you should never really play it before the 14th hole. Hang on a minute, because if you're in a match play, there's no point losing a hole early part of the round. Okay, just chip on the green. If you make a par, okay, fine. Don't try and be a hero. Okay, towards the end, last 4 or 5 holes, you might need to make that gamble. The last hole, up to 14. In a medal play, you definitely don't try on the first hole. If you miss the green, take your medicine, chip on, make a bogey, walk to second hole happy. Don't try and play that miraculous lob shot, make a quadruple bogey. Go to second hole now completely heed off and make a big number, and then you ruin your scorecard, because you can't win a competition on the first hole, but you can certainly lose it. You walk on the second tee, exactly. But if you it's just general play with you if you play on the golf course anyway. But if you can play the shot, great. But don't always choose to play it when it's required. I always say, don't go over something that's not in your way. There's nothing in the way. Don't go over. You can't go over nothing. So if there's nothing in the way to go over, or if there's nothing to get over quickly, you don't need to play that high parachute shot. Have it, and the ability to play it is fantastic, but you've got to be careful when you choose it. Okay. So try a couple with the Shannon, then, okay, and we'll see how they go from there, okay?